Hello, Keith, and other YouTube supporters. My name is John Bates. I would like to nominate myself for the 2016 Watching Your Toolbox giveaway. I see myself as be worthy for this giveaway for the fact that uh, I've gotten into this field probably about a year ago, and it is something I've completely enjoy. In fact, I feel like I go to work, I feel like a little kid going into a candy store. Uh, but this is something I want to do for, until retirement. And it seems like every day I find something new to experience, new to learn. This is not something that I'm just going to give up later. So, anyways, it's going to be a trade or a craft that I'm going to actually enjoy and love. But a little bit about myself. I'm 37 years old. I've got married. I have one daughter that's 14. Since I was 21, I've been in the Army, and just recently got out in 2012. So I did about 12 years. First 8 years I was in communications. Then I switched over to a correction officer job, and then I went ahead and left the military, decided to come back out in the civilian life. I guess ever since I was young, I've always wanted to do something with my hands, make things. I'm always a tinkerer, always making things. May not be the best looking of things because I don't really have the know-how of doing stuff. But I've always ended up seeing a problem. I'll try to make something to help remedy the problem, little jigs, little things here and there. But now that I found, at first I started at woodworking because I love doing, like I said, I love making things with my hands, and wood is a somewhat easy material to manipulate to make stuff that you want. And so that went on for a few years after I was out in the civilian side. Went from different jobs here and there, and I decided after I was doing woodworking, I started looking at videos on YouTube. Keith, I've watched yours, Adam. There's a bunch of them on there, a bunch of the people in the community, and it really turned me on to making things out of metal, and I realized that there's so much more that can be made using metal items, or it doesn't even have to be metal, but something that you can machine from start to finish and make a working product. It's just amazing. And so before I was even working in the machinist field, I started looking into going to college. It's only community college, so it's not going to get the most advanced machinist training. But I looked up, and the semester, beginning of the year, I was going to try to get into it. I wasn't able to enroll in it at the time, so I had to wait till the following semester. And I was going to try to wait till at least I enrolled into school and got some training under my belt to have a little bit of something to offer to employment. But I looked up and I talked to Gadsden Tools, where I work at now here in Alabama, and I talked to the CEO, told him my past and experiences and my motivation and the drive that I want to get into this field. And he was very enthusiastic, kind of welcomed me in, told me that I could learn while I'm going to school. They would bring me in, teach me some of the most basic stuff, which was great. So I actually get to go in there and doing things I never thought I would be able to do. Uh, so I'm doing things I didn't know I would ever be able to do, and I'm enjoying it, loving it. So now I'm in my second semester, machine tool technology. So I'm loving this. I don't know how much I can stress it. They say if you find a job that you love and enjoy, you'll never work a day in your life. And I honestly feel like I don't work when I go to work. So it's just amazing I get paid to do it. But so anyways, I figured this would be a great start, and I think I'm actually going to stay here. But my actual goals, I would love to stay working there, but at the same time I would love to bring this stuff home, be able to work on things. I know like Adam does, he brings stuff home from work, some of the bigger items, and I don't know if I would be able to do that. But as you can see, I'm standing in front of an old South End lathe that I've got. It's not the it's an older lathe. It's like a 1917, I think, when I bought it. When I bought it, it was fairly cheap. And I found out why it was cheap. It's been already kind of run down and ragged, so it's kind of beyond my expertise and knowledge of how to, chew it up and make it better. I've actually ended up trading this to my cousin, so it's no longer mine anymore. But I've got a drill press right now, but that's about the only thing is machine shop tool that I have. That I'm also looking for a lathe and maybe a smaller mill, but that's kind of what I want to do. I want to be able to bring stuff home, and maybe not just for work, but enjoyment. Be able to be a hobbyist machinist. Be able to just make things, create stuff. But anyway, I took a couple pictures. Took a picture of the lathe, and I took a picture of my little hand-me-down drill press. But it's a drill press, and I'll add that in. But I really do hope y'all find me worthy. I'm not really good at doing this, but I hope y'all find me worthy enough to accept your toolbox giveaway, because it could definitely help out. Because starting out in the field, as many you probably know, Keith, is you don't always have the tools, you don't always have the resources when you first get into it, and that's kind of what I stepped into. I don't have everything I need, and it'll probably be years before you ever get what you need. You probably still won't ever always have it, but it'll definitely help. It'll help a lot. Right now I'm kind of having to borrow tools from co-workers, and I know that's kind of like a cardinal rule in machinists is a no-no. You don't want to touch other people's tools, but they're accepting, and they're willing to work with me. So, but eventually I'm going to acquire my own stuff. But again, I really do hope you find me worthy to accept the toolbox, and it'll definitely be put to very good use, and I'll enjoy it for years and years to come. That's for sure. And but that's it. I hope I did a good enough job explaining it. And Keith, I love all your videos. Watch them all the time, as well as everybody else. It's like y'all's a little group connected together. I try to watch all y'all's videos and stuff, and pretty amazing. Learn a lot of good stuff. And but keep up the good work, and I appreciate it. Thank you.